Boy, okay, wow. You saw the thumbnail. This is at least a foot deep. That deep. Right? That deep. A lot of big books. I don't know why I did this. I actually shipped this home, so there's no box number on it. 50 pounds, according to the UPS label. Okay. Trying to do this quick. There's a lot of big books, oversized books in here, so hopefully this will go fast. First of all, 10 years ago was the 40th anniversary of Sesame Street. They came out with big, giant books, which is Sesame Street, 40 Years of Life on the Street. This is an extra copy I had. Oh, no. This is one I got. 40 bucks. Brooklyn Public Library. And basically, there's the set photo. Basically had a Sesame Street con. They were doing it's for National Library Month, Library Card Month. So they got people to sign up for that. Kids to sign up for the special Elmo library cards. Pretty cool. And then they had an exhibition from the publishing division. So a lot of original art was there, mock-ups and such. And then I think it was Saturday. They spent the day at an auditorium there at the main public library of Brooklyn, near the Brooklyn Army Plaza, I believe it is. And they had just talks, like every hour, another thing on it. A whole bunch of people. So I got Zoe and Prairie Dawn. This might have been actually, I think this was actually at my bookstore at Lincoln Center, Barnes & Noble Lincoln Center. They did a event there, book signing. So I got Maria, Big Bird, bless his heart, Louise A. Gico, who put the book together, and Fran Brill, I believe, who's Zoe Prairie Dawn. And this is just amazing. Big picture book. Has a DVD, I think, in the back. I thought it did. Maybe not. I thought it came with a DVD. Yes, bonus DVD, which has selected episodes and video from the show. Coolest thing I learned from this is that early 70s, there was actually a comic strip, not featuring the characters, although later they did because the strip was faltering, but original strip was just original characters, but promoting the curriculum of Sesame Street. So a lot of letters, some concepts, numbers. Those have never been collected. Don't know why. I've asked my friends, but anyway, a lot of good stuff in here. I don't know what they did for the 50th. I wasn't a bookseller then last year. Not last year, 2019. 1969 is when they came on the air. So anyway, that book is pretty good. Pretty good picture book. Let's see what else we got here. Mind, Planned Parenthood. What do they call it? This is from Comic Mix. This is a benefit book, yeah, right. 25 bucks. Going into town, signed copy. A love letter to New York, Ross Chest. One of those great cartoonists. There it is. I like to have them. Oh, interesting. You can see I have them with Sharpies. They're not 100% archival. But there you have it. Oh, man, I got a big thing in here. So that's one side. Here's the other side. Bargain book. Was originally 25 bucks. I got it for 8 at Barnes & Noble a long time ago. Rough Justice. Alex Ross. DC Comic Sketches. So stuff like that. Which is cool. I mean, you'll see a little bit of this if you ever buy the Astro City hardcovers, because he'll do concept sketches in there. This is still in print somewhere. I think they did a 3-volume box set this year. It's Christmas at Costco and Walmart, or not Walmart, Sam's Club. But this is a big book of Peanuts, all the daily strips from the 1970s. I think I have everything from the 1990s. This is 1999. Just wonderful. It's all dailies. So each week is a page. 520 pages, I guess. Well, it's 530, yeah. I think that's still available. It's a special. Andrews McNeil does it, so I think it's in print forever. I said, I don't know how I got this, but I have to go back here and show it all. Tarzan, the Sunday Strips, 1931 to 33, I believe this is. Vern Hogarth, I would hope, is usually considered the. Oh, here's the cell sheet. Volume 1. This is from Dark Horse. Hal Foster, excuse me. George Carlin Ryder, Alan Foster. This was $125. Here's for scale. 11 by 8. Here we are, scale. 8.5 by 11. So yeah, almost shows that 20. Oh, it actually should say on here, right? 15 inches by 20 inches by 120 pages. So I don't know if we ever did a volume 2, but this was just one of those things that came through the Barnes & Noble office that I managed to pick up for free and just had to lug it home. And of course, I had to spend God knows how much money. 50. Oh, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Auction stuff. Okay, another oversized. What do we got here? AT&T Quarterly. I don't know why this is in here. It's from 1990. Mickey phone. Maybe that's why. Oh, that's a different model. $100. Not the classic one. Okay, now what's in here? Sojourn. Okay, we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. I think this might have been a set, but I don't know. Oh, no, it's over here. So, Sojourn prints, memorabilia. These are Sojourn was a 1970s comics newspaper, I guess you could say. There's the masthead. And what these are is a set of prints. Dick Giordano, Doug Wildey. These are prints, not signed and numbered. Nionikis, Joe Kubert, Tor. Lee Elias. All of these artists had a feature in the comic. Here we have Aragones did a new strip for that. I don't know whatever happened to those characters. They might still be in limbo. Maurice Severin's brother, John. Most people know him from Cracked. And Stephen Bissett, master. Nice use of that. What is that, duotone? I believe this is one of those pre-treated illustration boards that when you paint it with a certain chemical pattern actually pops out. No longer manufactured, of course, as I can recall. Came in different patterns. John Byrne, I believe, used it late 80s on his Namor book. Here we have Johnny Hazard, Full Colors, Pacific Comics Publications, which is out of Polynesia, actually. Not the Pacific Comics out of California. So there's an example. And the Sunday Funnies, 1896-1950, Chelsea House Publishers. Again, I don't know what this is. Okay, well, we have an introduction by Richard Marshall, I believe is still with us. A great historian. Yes, this is a historical overview of some capsule summaries on the various strips, some ads. I guess this is what the newspapers, emphasized the newspapers back then. And then we have each decade has its own strip. So there's turn of the century, the Sunday Teens, which looks like Winston McKay. Here's the Reverend Feed, yes. Then we have Bringing a Father in the 20s. Again. 30s with Flash Gordon. Oh. Again, there's a lot of empty space on the bottom there. But again, this is how comics used to be. They would take up the full page. And there's the 40s. Tammy the Pirates and Pogo are on the back. So, neat little thing. Chelsea House, I don't think they're still in business, but and of course, I am not going to even look at those. I don't want to. Because the problem with Sunday Funnies comics pages is that, well, not anymore, because usually there's just one piece of paper with a whole bunch of tiny cartoons published on it. But back in the day, there'd be multiple sheets in there, and they would be hard to collate because they would get loose and all that. So yeah, I don't know where this came from, but hey, there it doesn't. Maybe it was an auction thing. Yeah, because I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here. This bubble wrap usually means it came from Heritage Auctions. This is a framed print of something. Nice pink. Nope. Two prints it looks like. Okay, I'm going to tear this. I'm going to be careful. Yeah, no, it's just tissue paper. Okay. Oh, I know what this is. Oh, this is good. This is American Library Association, every annual conference, usually in the summer, has a scholarship auction. One for quilt, but then also they have a mini artist alley, and they give the artist alley table for free in exchange for an item for the auction. In this case, we have Jacob Shabbat, 2013. His character's up front there, and then a whole bunch, like the Pokey Puppy characters from children's literature. There's a snowman in there, Bernstein Bears. He is really a talented individual. He's done stuff for stuff the most easily found is probably his Not My Little Pony, Sanrio, Hello Kitty. And then the other thing I got at auction, 2013, I think this was before it was published, might have been right after, is from, well, this one is from the Boxers volume, The Boxers and Saints, Gene Lin Wang. The card in the back. This is card. That's one of the generals that they assimilated, gained power from. So that was what this was. And I hope they've improved it. But it was always a, I won't say a chore. I hate to call it a chore because it's such a good it's for a good cause, but it's always so difficult at those shows to go up later and say, okay, hey, I won this auction. I want to pay for it and pick it up. This was good. I think this was. I was actually fortunate that I didn't pick it up there because I think what ended up happening was an email chain, and they eventually shipped it to me. Which for something like this is much better than having to lug it onto the airplane. Okay, so there's another piece of bubble wrap there. Goes on the sides, well packed. Next, we have, yes, more auction stuff. You want stuff that Heritage Auction, it's flats. This is how they pack before they pack it further into a box. And this is the width of the box, so I think I might have recycled that box. Estimates, dolls inside dolls. Okay, so there's the back of it, quarter Maltese. Yeah, it's not a oversized stuff, but we'll go on the whole. So we have Distant Soil, #1, Colleen Durant, who got, well, don't ask her about her experience at Warp. But it was so bad that she had to basically redraw the entire, all the stuff she had done there. And that was like a teenager, early in her career. Using Spider-Man graphic novel number, I don't know, but it's okay by Susan Putney and Bernie Wrightson. Yes, these graphic albums. Well worth the, yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're not all great, but beautiful artwork. It's pretty. Here we have another volume of Johnny Hazard. This is Sunday Pages from 53 to 54. Over a year, the Gold of Fall or Fall. And we have, oh yes, these were a thing back in the 70s and 80s. These print portfolios, Tales from the Crypt. Another little package. Russ Cochran, 30 full color covers. We also have some of these from Walt Disney, the Walt Disney Dell comics. When another rainbow was in, yeah, for example. And then they even do an inside cover. So I'm going to put those in there. Well worth it. I mean, usually I don't think they're that expensive now to find. I mean, you're not going to find tons of them, but if you do find them, they're kind of nice. They're prints, suitable for framing, of course. Complete EC Cigars. Popeye, Volume 1, Sundays, 30 to 32 from the Nebo Bookshelf. They're black and white, unfortunately. Most of this has been collected better by Fantagraphic hardcovers. Again, it's Cigar, one of the greats in cartooning. And then, as I said, here's another EC portfolio #6, Wally Wood. This is though bound, stapled, but you get stuff like that. Did we print the whole thing? Is this like an artist's edition? Yeah, it is. It is. So there's the cover without the title on it. And then there's the first page. So you get, these are like oversized Treasury reprints, all black and white. Just look at that, beautiful, glorious. Anyway, I don't know what they were charging for this back in the day. Let's cover for Weird Science Fantasy 23. I guess that's the front. Spaceship has crashed into an ocean. Don't know what happened to Russ Cochran. But again, this company you can find a lot. And this is published, yeah, for France. Scenario, Design, curated, we're doing a beautiful dream. I guess it's in English. Yeah, I'm writing this video. I don't know. Anyway, back before it gets destroyed, damaged further. But yeah, talking about Russ Cochran, he printed. He worked with another rainbow. With Gladstone Publishing on the Disney stuff. Those and Disney and the Barks Comics Library, the little Lulu, black and white slipcase, 3 volumes to a box, reprint. And then he signed up with not Feldstein, Bill Gaines at Mad. For all the EC comics, not Mad. Mad was a separate license. Oops, I put back in here. And we printed all the Mad, all the EC, the glorious EC in black and white. But he also then did color reprint magazines. And those again are not so difficult to find. Again, they've been reprinted in hardcovers. Both Gemstone Publishing and did it. And then when they stopped publishing those, Dark Horse, I think, finished it up. Those are like $50 hardcovers. They're pretty good. Pretty good reproductions. But he's done magazines. Russ Cochran did magazine size reprints on nice paper. All right, 20 minutes. We're halfway. Oh, good Lord. Okay. There's another one. At the top. Oh, at the top. Open this. Yeah, I can do it. Just got stuck again. What? Excuse me. It's good water. Smooth. Just looking at the live chat, saying with no one's chatting, of course. It says, "Welcome to the chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines." I don't really have any community guidelines, except don't be a jerk. Ask as many questions as you want. No gatekeeping. All right. Oh, okay. I need another table just for all this. So, wow. So here, der Comic Book Club präsentiert, it's German, by the way, Karl Barks Gesammelte Werke, herausgegeben von Peter Orban, Barks 27. And it looks like, oh Jesus, almost look like photos. This is like a full comic story here in black and white. This is Walt Disney Comics and Stories, Volume 17, number 5, February 1957. Again, looks like they just reprinted the entire book in black and white. Not great reproduction, but actually that folds over, but it was never folded over. So I'm just going to put that on top there to protect that. Okay. Here we have another one, it looks like. Somebody's new one here. Okay. So the Christmas present. Tape stuck. That's the cover, so I'm not going to be too. But again, it's another Donald Duck story by Barks. There's a bit of tape stuck to that. I'm not going to touch it. There's another one. This is 28. Interesting. The whole thing is in German except for that part on the bottom that says, yeah, these are, wow, there's a whole bunch of these. 29. Yeah, these are just more of those. It looks like the whole thing is, oh, crap. Sorry. I keep forgetting these portfolios. Portfolios do not have sides, just the top, just the bottom lip. I'm going to invest some envelopes for these for better archiving, archival protection. Yes. Yes, and yes, and yes, and just in case you wonder, BF arrived Friday. I did not hold it back. So let you cool your heels. Huh? I don't know. It's always fun watching this. Not making that up. Somebody left a note on there when he sent it to him. And again. Yeah. More Barks reprints. Kind of cool. Don't know the history of that. Let's guess it's German. And those Germans are even more fanatical for Disney than Americans are. I mean, there's some fanatical Disney fans here in the U.S. I'm just going to layer these as best as I can. Put them back in the envelope. They're that big. So, I wonder what I paid for these. I have to probably research online. I've got the transcript, bill of lading somewhere. Just so safe damage. I guess I have a lot number on there. I don't know how often the lot numbers got recycled, but I know I'm wasting time on here when I could be talking to you guys, but I want to get these out of the way back in here, out of the way before I have to do anything. Excuse me. Dusty down. There's just something else. Yeah. Maybe there's some dust in here. I don't know. Anyway. Boy. Okay, another box. Oh god, this is a huge one too. Yes, this came out. Yeah, it's a Santa Monica. George Simpson at Santa Monica. Thanks, George, for signing this. Was supposed to go to Horse Trader. It came from Horse Trader. I'm gonna do this easily. I bought him. What the twins? And again, I think these are more of the same. This though is much better packaged. Okay. Yep. This is Barks 40. Oh, and this is actually has a nicer envelope. Oh, what this came in, yeah. So this is what I guess they would have been shipped in originally. All right. Okay. I'm sure someone has cataloged these online somewhere, so you know this is a Christmas issue. At least there's a Christmas gag on top. Yeah. I'm going to say these are all the same. So I'm not going to even take them out. I will have to inventory these much later. As in, after you guys stop watching. But yeah, that's what these are. Normally, when I buy things at auction, I give myself a limit of $100. There's some things which are worth more than that, but especially for original art. Because I figure if I went, you got a piece of original art for $100. Okay, and oh, that is the box. That's the bottom. Okay, guys, it was short and sweet today. Heavy though, so short on time, but long on weight. Like I said, $50, $50, 50 pounds. And you know, I don't think they ever tell you what you paid on here. But yeah, that was UPS ground. I forget what year I sent that. Probably 2016, 17. Saying here. No idea. This has a tracking number. But yeah. And I think this box actually came from Heritage Auctions like that. I think they sent it in all this stuff in there. This box. So there we have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a short one. Of course, heavy as heck. A lot of oversized stuff here, which is kind of fun. You know, oversized comics are always fun stuff. Now you see a lot more, but back in the day, it was like, oh, hey, here's a. I won't. I don't know how it goes. I don't want to crush this stuff further. But back in the day, Treasury comics were that, and of course, the Sunday comics every Sunday. But those were at best. Some are half a page, but most of them were thirds and quarters, and you know, not super great. But that's what they were. I don't know why I'm repacking this because I don't want this big pile of stuff on the side here of the desk. I'll just go through this again and go through it later. That should go on top. Ouch. Shit. Excuse me. But yeah, as a kid in the 70s and 80s, anything oversized comics just weren't that normal or seen. Like I said, you had the treasuries, which were nice. But even those were pricey. And even by the end of the 70s, I think DC published The Last Thing, and DC Marvel published Last Treasuries. Well, Battlestar Galactica, Empire Strikes Back. So early 80s. I think Marvel had transitioned over to this movie specials. And then DC and Marvel started publishing graphic novels, which are smaller, about half the size of a treasury, but still oversized comics. Better color, as you saw with Spider-Man. So yeah, now everybody's doing it, especially with the artist editions, original stuff. Anyway, guys, that's it. coming up on 30 minutes, so I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, well, let me know in the comments below. Talk to you soon. Bye.